Are there any other speakers to the motion? Yes, Commissioner Augimeri.
Thank you. I'd like to speak against designating the TTC as an essential service. I believe that we haven't taken into full account what it actually means for Torontonians and taxpayers. And I'm speaking from my perspective, and I think that there is a common misunderstanding out there. One, that declaring the TTC an essential service will prevent TTC workers from striking, making the TTC more reliable. And two, that declaring the TTC essential will weaken workers' bargaining power and make the TTC cheaper to run. None of those is true. These are myths. Some of us are familiar with the CD Howe Institute's analysis, which I have with me here if anyone would like to see it. It examines the essential services across Canada and compares their costs and reliability to those of non-essential services. And there are two key findings I want to extrapolate. One, declaring a service essential costs more. It weakens workers' democratic rights, and contracts tend to be awarded in favor of the workers when they are renewed. The TTC, for instance, can expect to cost $23 million more in a contract renewal if declared essential due to the reduced democratic rights the essentiality imposes. We're coming up to a renewal soon, and that's food for thought for all members of council and all members of our public. Secondly, as the CD Howe analysis concludes, we can expect no guarantee increase in the reliability of service. And this is a huge consideration given that the service reliability is the whole point of entering into essential status to begin with. We are now poised to enter a precedent-setting customer service movement. Why would we throw a monkey wrench into that proposal now, into the works? We would poison the possibility of union cooperation. So let's take everything into account. Declaring the TTC essential would cost at least $23 million more than non-essential, deprive employees of their rights, and not guarantee the ultimate goal, which I assume that we around this horseshoe want, and that is the goal of reliability. I don't think that that's showing respect for taxpayers. As defined by Treasury of Canada, and I quote, "Services should be identified as essential when there are reasonable grounds for accepting the probability or even the possibility that human life or public safety would suffer if a work stoppage interrupted the duty of these employees," unquote. So if we were to vote for this motion, that definition would have to be rewritten. Services should be identified as essential at the cost of more tax dollars and fewer rights whenever the interruption of said service would be rather irritating to a bunch of people. And that really is the only reason I can see for going forward with this motion, to satisfy a ridership who has been promised better service at lower costs. This is not the way to do it. Funding TTC appropriately is the way to do it. For instance, Toronto riders and taxpayers pay the lion's share of operating costs. We all know this. That's the exact reverse of our 905 counterparts. The TTC moves more people for less money than any other transit system in North America. And I would go further and say the world. It's the largest transit city in North America to go without state or provincial funding. And I'm talking about that in an operating field. So in reality, it's reached an admirable but unsustainable limit of efficiency. It's this very limit that's to blame for rider dissatisfaction. The key to increased satisfaction is increased funding, and to stop encouraging the perception that our transit system is broken. It's just underfunded and underappreciated. So I believe this motion, in conclusion, will take us in the wrong direction by the mayor's own goal of respect for taxpayers and by common sense. Thank you.
Thank you.